you a Star Wars fan, because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
No.
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, J. Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's right there, J. Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
labyrinth, streets be the maze. Hosts on the mic, carry case set in the blaze. Sagging, Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Carry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactic sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, got a crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yo, we back at it. What's going on, fam? You are the undisclosed location.
Yes, sir. Another undisclosed location. Now, I forgot to fucking put my damn camera to charge, man. So I'm on the laptop camera for now. Right. Hopefully in another couple of minutes I could put on the good camera. But yeah, man. But we here though. We here.
My girl right on time, bro.
What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, man, I'm chilling. I'm about to be at an undisclosed location in a few hours myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm about to get up out of San Antonio for a couple of days.
Okay.
Safe travel. Oh yeah, no doubt. Appreciate that, my brother.
Yes,
also, guys, we're only going to be here for an hour because brothers actually live eventful lives, like people.
Yeah, facts. Yes, I literally got the fam waiting on me. Like
that's what I'm saying.
I literally got the fam waiting on me right now. Like you know what I'm saying. My sister was looking at me. My sister was looking at me sideways. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, my sister was looking at me sideways and shit. Like I'd be like, yo, I'll be right back.
There you go. It's like you better come back. I know they miss you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Is she your older sister, younger sister?
Younger sister.
Oh, so she like baby bro in town. You said older?
No, younger. She's younger. I'm big.
Older brother in town. All right,
you know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? I'm big bro, but she treat me like little bro. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand like she's the worst. But I love her to death though. That's the
one I met at the joint with the cooking joint.
Yeah, that's the girl. That's the one that did the food. That's the one that did the food at the New York joint. Yeah. Shout out to anybody who was at the New York joint. And y'all met my sister.
She cool than a motherfucker. No doubt.
Yeah, man, cool. Yeah. Yes,
so
sir.
My brother Miles, is the masculine identity still 99 cents?
Oh yes. Get on the masculine. Thank you, Renee P. Shout out to you, girl. Appreciate you. Renee P in the building. Yeah, man. Come over to masculineidentitymembership.com. Get on the Masculine Identity Membership for 99 cents, where you will have access to the Monday night Zoom calls. Now, if you choose to get on the higher tier, you still get like a major discount, right? So if you choose a higher tier, that's when you could get the content. But for 99 cents, you get access to the Zoom calls that come through. You know, we do the Zoom calls every Monday, 11 p.m. All you got to do is when you get to the checkout page, just type in the code word summer. The discount code is the word summer, SUMMER, and then you could get on the Masculine Identity Membership for 99 cents. Please don't miss out on this opportunity because these Zoom calls go crazy, man. We be rocking, and we got one coming up. We're doing part 3 of how to be comfortable in your identity on the approach. You know? So we're gonna be, and we literally gonna be doing exercises where we come up with stuff. We come up with stuff that we hear women say, and then we come back with snappy remarks. Like we're gonna practice. We're gonna talk it out.
The witty.
Yeah. We're gonna learn how to think on our toes and all that shit. So it's gonna be fire. So make sure y'all get on the membership for 99 cents and come through, man. We'd love to have you. J. Roman in the building.
What up?
What up, fellas? What's going on?
Looking like a celebrity bodyguard out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, guys, we're gonna be on here for 1 hour, just 1 hour. So if y'all calling in, go ahead and call in. If y'all got something to say, go ahead and say it. If you got questions, go ahead and ask it, because we're gonna be on here for 60 minutes, and that's about it.
There we go. And let me do this. Let me move J Roman. I'd rather my face be covered up. Shit. I don't want to be a rude motherfucker and shit. But no, I gotta redo this thing.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ever get so many numbers? Y'all just
so real quick. Let me plug the joint, y'all. Does she really? You said what?
No, go on.
I think there's a delay, bro.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. No, let me plug the joint. Does she really want you if she can't picture being intimate with you? Does she really want you if she can't picture being intimate? And this is what guys don't understand. And we're gonna show you a clip in just a moment. This is what guys don't understand. Women have to visualize and imagine being with you physically. They have to imagine and visualize it. Right. The problem with a lot of you guys, when you talk to women, there is nothing you're saying that evokes any type of imagination sexually at all. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into this clip. Now, before we get into this clip, though, gentlemen, y'all have anything y'all want to add to the title?
No.
Well, I'll say this. You know, the whole thing of, you know, intimacy, sex, all that. You know, the thing is, she doesn't. Okay, you and everything about you is what she has to want. You understand? Because if she's willing to follow your lead, then she's willing to follow your lead into the bedroom. And if she's not willing to follow your lead into the bedroom, then what's the point? You understand? Because we need, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to the man's responsibility of all, you know, all the things that we provide for the world and for women in general. Sex is like the simplest thing, right? Sex is like the simplest gift given to us by God, because sex can be enjoyed without any money, without any extra resources. You know, God, nature, the universe has given us everything we need to make sex happen, right? And so if she's not trying to do the simplest thing with us, then how can we get her to do more complex things, right? If she can't see the simplest vision, the simplest, most carnal vision of us, you know, coming together, then how can we come together in other situations, right? How are we looking at relationships? How are we looking at marriage? How are we looking at kids? How are we looking at anything if she doesn't understand, you know, the desire to be intimate with me? You get what I'm saying? So, you know, again, it's the simplest thing. It's the simplest gift. And so if she don't want to do that, then she can't want to do anything else.
I mean, Miles always puts it simply and on point. And I think that, you know, I would add the way you want her to want you. Because women will compartmentalize
right there,
you know, who they have in their life and why they have them in their life. Right. So, you know, they may want you and you may feel like you are wanted, but does she want you like you want her to want you the way you
don't let that go over your head with Jay Roman just said.
So
don't let that go over your head.
You know, and that's the thing that I think is the key when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's very important, because how is very important. That's a fact.
So a couple of things. If you can get that video ready. Are you ready for the video on your side?
Yeah. Okay. I got it. I'm gonna set it right.
So two things. And I want to point out to something that both you gentlemen alluded to a minute ago. Miles, you talked about a woman wanting all of you. And this is where women crave you, where they are both non-sexually and sexually attracted to you. Right? If a woman is just sexually attracted to you and that's it, there's a minimal amount of investment that she's going to make, which is just going to be her body, right? But when a woman actually wants you, the whole man, everything about you, right, inside and out, up and down, all around, right? That's a whole nother level, right? Because that's where she looks at you not only as her lover but her future man. Like she sees it already. She sees the potential. Right. But that's where you as a man, you got to police yourself and you got to manage the situation and let her know, I know you want this. I know you want me like that, but hey, enjoy what I'm giving you in due time. Just keep doing what you're doing, right? Now, Jay Roman earlier, damn, what the fuck did that nigga say? I already forgot what that nigga said and shit. But anyway, let's get to this.
How she wants you?
Oh, how she wants you. Yes.
Yeah.
And this is another thing, because a lot of you guys, you're just happy getting sex. But when you actually love yourself, there's a certain way you want the sex to come to you. There's a certain way that goes along with your identity, your masculine identity, because there's a certain experience that you want to cultivate, right? When it comes to the women that you deal with. The problem with a lot of you guys, because you're so flexible, you can never cultivate anything consistently on your part because you're always following a woman. But when you actually want certain type of experiences, you dictate everything with every woman, because it's important that she moves in such a way that the experience you desire comes to fruition, right? So let's go ahead and get this video. Let's add it. And hold on. And when you're ready, go ahead, Jay Roman.
No, just to add to your point, I think part of the reason why is because, you know, guys don't understand, they want a connection so bad and so quickly that they're willing to accept, even though it wasn't their own flourishing, right? So if you look at a hunter, he's going to hunt and he's going to sit, and that gazelle goes by, and it's not a quick shot. He has to set it up.
Just hold on.
And sometimes he has to pass. And I think like a lot of guys, they want something and they want it badly. They realize it's not their way, but just to have the woman next to him will suffice.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they want that connection so bad that it's not my way that I want it, but if I just hang on, if I just be your friend, if I be your buddy.
That's called settling.
You know, so.
Oh, yeah. We don't talk about that enough. How men settle all the time. Most men settle.
Yeah.
All right, but we got 757. 757, you're online with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zag. We got Jay Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, James, Virginia. And hey, guys. Hey, Jay Roman. Hey, Miles. Hey, K-Zag. How you guys doing?
I'm chilling, man. Just need your age real quick. Just need your age.
29.
All right. Go ahead with your question, bro.
I have a question for K-Zag. And how would you, I'm struggling checking women. How do you properly check women without you being overly emotional or overly reactive?
Okay, cool. So first and foremost, you have to ask yourself, why are you checking her? Right? Because here's the thing. Being mad at a woman for something, but there's no logical reason why you're upset, you checking her in that moment is gonna be emotional. So I'll just use myself as an example. If I set up a date, right, and the woman is late, I don't need to check her. I just need to dip. The only time, and I know Lucario and Miles talk about this, the only time you really need to check a woman is when she's made the proper investment to even be in your life like that.
Right.
But also the potential that you see in her is so great. You're like, look, you fucked up. I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna give you a chance to rectify your behavior. Right. But that's only if you see potential in her, right? Because even like a fuck buddy, you don't need to be checking your fuck buddy. You just need to stop fucking her. But y'all got it.
Right. Yeah. Does that answer your question, caller?
It does. I want to bring another element to the question. Now, what about
hold on, before you ask that other element,
you are at?
Before you ask that other element, give us an example of a situation where you had to check a woman.
There you go. Great question.
So my struggles specifically are in situations where I just can't leave the situation. Like I'd work, for instance, at work. When people say, like specifically, I'll give you this situation where I'll be speaking to someone else, having a conversation, and this woman who's not in the conversation will deny what I'm saying, almost to like deny the kind of person I am. And I'll give you an example. Let's say I was talking to K-Zag about the fact that I like to go out fishing. And then this person outside the conversation says, you know what, you don't like fishing. You ain't even like that. I don't know why you're even pretending like you like fishing. We know you don't like fishing.
Okay.
This is a silly example, but that's
Caller.
kind of
Okay, caller. Okay, so real quick, and J. Roman, I'll pass it right back to you. I just want to ask you this question. So in that scenario, you checking her about it will do what exactly?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, it would save me. See, the reason why it made me angry in the first place is one, it's in front of a lot of people.
See, stop.
Right there.
Stop. You're done. Once you said it made you angry, you're not checking anybody at that point.
There you go.
You can't check anybody and be angry. What you're doing is that's retaliatory. So now you're going back and forth with a bitch.
Yep.
So now, and if you're going back and forth with a bitch, what does that make you call it? Because I don't want to say it, just in case it might get you bent out of shape. Yeah, exactly. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You I need you to see, and somebody put it in the chat. Johor or whatever that name is. He says, check yourself first. You understand? Let me tell you something. You are not checking anyone in that situation. First of all, it's bitches at your job. Bitches at your job, you don't need to check. If you have a real problem, go to HR or tell your supervisor. You understand? If it's a real issue. Other than that, you could ignore them bitches, keep your head down, do your fucking work, collect your check, go your ass home. What are you getting mad for? What are you getting mad for?
But also, caller.
No. Yeah. You could. I mean, it's rhetorical, but if you want to explain it, what are you getting mad for?
Yeah.
Well, in the moment, I just felt disrespected. Really,
you're too invested into proving people what you do.
Exactly.
Some bitches at your job, bro. Like, who cares?
So if I was standing there at my job and I said,
J. Roman.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you're too invested in trying to prove to people who you are and what you do.
Okay.
Right. So if I'm sitting there at my job and I'm around some people and I tell my homie, man, the other day I could fly, dog. I just took off like Superman. And some girl go, no, you can't. Well, if I really could fly, I wouldn't give two rat fucks of what you just said.
Exactly.
Because I could fly. Exactly. I ain't got to prove it. I ain't got to, because I know what I do. So if I go fishing and then she says, you don't even like to fish. All right. And then you move on.
But you know what it's like? It's like a woman who's never seen your dick telling you got a small dick and you trying to argue with her. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Why would you?
I see what you mean. Gotcha.
Yeah, why would you care? But caller, real quick, let me say this. See, caller, when she did that, you could have been like, is that your way of flirting with me? You must have been one of those girls when you was in elementary school, you used to like hit the boys on the monkey bars that you liked. So you have a rough way of showing that you like me. You know what I'm saying? You could have been playful with it. And let me just say this real quick. This is what guys don't understand, right? And I don't want to get too far deep into it. You can literally change the whole dynamic and the energy of a conversation with the way you respond to something.
Yeah.
But y'all got it.
And then also too, the way you respond emotionally will be very unattractive to everybody around.
Yep.
Right. And then the most important person that's going to be unattractive to is yourself, because you're going to sit back and be like, damn, man, why did I even fly off the hook like that?
Right.
I'm up here arguing with this girl about if I go fishing or not, knowing very well I got a boat, tackle box, everything hooked up at the house. As soon as this weekend is going, I'm out here trying to catch some fish. And then on top of that, fellas, I would tell y'all this too. Women jab and talk shit too.
Facts.
Just like,
and they're just playing. They're just playing. It's nothing serious, nothing personal.
Yep. And sometimes they just be messing around.
Yeah, and sometimes, let me just say this real quick. Sometimes, see, y'all got to remember, not all women are dainty and docile like you want them to be. Some women are a little rough around the edges with the way that they play with niggas.
Facts. And I want to add to it by saying this, caller, and this is for every man. This is for every man listening. It's a very important lesson to realize that women are nothing to get angry at.
Facts.
If you truly understood what women were to you as a man, you wouldn't get angry. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like your child. Your child can disappoint you, but your child shouldn't actually make you angry. Like if you beating your son's ass or your daughter's ass, or you're punishing them, it shouldn't be because they made you angry. It should be because you're worried about their future and their understanding and why,
and their safety.
And their safety and you want them to grow up to be responsible adults. So I'm punishing you to teach you a lesson. I'm punishing you because I love you and I care about you. But if you're beating your child's ass because they did something to piss you off and make you angry, you're an abusive fucking parent. So it's the same thing. The same thing dealing with a woman. It's like if you're doing something to retaliate to a bitch, then you just being a bitch. You're not really checking them. That's not checking them. See, and I'm glad that you told a story because you started out thinking you was checking bitches. No, you're not. You're retaliating because they triggered you emotionally, and so you need to check yourself.
And Miles, let me say this: when you guys, I need y'all to understand. When you check a woman, right? Number one, she needs to be worthy of a check. Some chicks you don't even give that kind of energy. You just dip without a word. Now, when you check a woman, okay, just like when you check your children, okay, look, I had to check my father a couple of times. I had to check my mama several times, but I was respectful when I was checking them. And yes, I would check my own fucking parents, right? Especially when they overstep boundaries with my children. Now, but the point is, when you check a woman, it has to be rooted in logic. So when you express your dissatisfaction with what she did, she can see how her actions are a detriment to her future with you. That's it. It's not hard.
And I'll tell you this. The thing is, you're sitting there, me man is talking. And you have the attitude like, I'm talking, I'm a man, be quiet and listen. But you didn't get that respect from her because you didn't earn it from her. So your presence didn't earn it from her. So if anything needs to be checked, you might want to check yourself and say, how come my presence didn't earn it from her? Am I talking too much at work where people just, I'm numb now, where I go to say something, people don't even listen anymore? Because I'll tell you this, if she is saying that to you and ribbing you, I know the fellows are too.
but Jay, see, and here's the thing, okay, and we don't know what her true intent was, but caller, I just want to run this by you, right? And I'm telling you what I know, not what I think, okay, based on my own personal experiences. I've had, over the years when I've had jobs, right, I've had women interject themselves in my conversation. Like I'm talking to somebody else and they interject themselves in the conversation. And sometimes, not all the time, it was because they're like, I want to talk to him. But this is the only way I can get at him because I don't know what to say to him and he never talks to me. This is my shot, right? But let's get to the video though.
She might like you and shit. But caller, do we?
I think that's the advanced level.
Caller, good. Yeah. All right, so yeah, man. But other than that, if you want to get some coaching, because I know chicks at the job be a headache sometimes. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we appreciate the call though. All right, bro.
Thank you.
All right, man. Take care. Be easy. All right. So let's
whenever you're ready.
Okay. Yeah. Let me get to the page and then. All right. So here we go.
Before you play it, let me say this.
Yep.
Does she really want you if she can't picture being intimate? So take this conversation with a grain of salt because it was pre-recorded and I really don't trust everything I see, right? But just pay attention to what's going on between her and the dude. You got it.
All right, let's go.
So let's say you're lying on your back and then like your legs are out like this.
Right.
And I'm like that. And I'm just like drilling the nani, bruv.
He can definitely do that to me.
Pass, bruv.
Missionary, but with the splits.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No. If you're flexible enough, I go to the stage 2 of that. So that's stage 1.
Stage 1.
Yeah,
what
stage 1
2?
is that. Stage 2 then
becomes
the legs, big man. Yeah. She's feeling me still.
He loves me. Are you going on the shoulder or?
Big, you're on the shoulder. But then what I do, like I grab the back of your head. Yeah.
I'm actually getting that.
So let's say your legs have gone like this and they're on my shoulder. So now we're like this, yeah?
Right.
Then I grab the back of your head. And I squeeze you in. So then you're literally just like a MacBook.
Yeah.
Boom. MacBook thing.
I like
right
that.
There. Bow.
Yes.
Or I like mirrors. I need mirrors. I need mirrors, bruv.
Do you like to watch yourself?
No, I like to watch the girl. I like to pretend it's me, but I'm watching a scene.
So you're watching your own porn.
She's loving this, bruv.
All right, hands up. I'm into that.
Yeah.
Get with that.
Big man thing. See?
Yeah,
See, I didn't even need to touch you, but waterworks, bruv. Big man thing.
Didn't need, don't even need to
what are you
touch
doing
it.
after
Can you pause
this?
it? Can you pause it?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't even need to touch you. Waterworks. And guys, when we talk about a mouthpiece, what he was displaying was just that. Y'all think a mouthpiece is about sounding like a pimp, rhyming your words, sounding real smooth and shit? No,
He didn't even sound smooth. He didn't even sound smooth.
Exactly.
Because she was filling in the blanks for him. He was stuttering and shit, but the point of the matter is she's already into him.
Yes.
So all he had to do was stay on course on what he was thinking, what he wanted to do to her. You want me to continue or?
Oh, was there more? Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
I think so. I don't know. Hold on.
Single out
Back
on
to
all
mine.
platforms. No way, bruv.
What's your favorite position?
So let's say you're lying on your back.
Okay, so
and then
that's
like your legs are out like
So look, she even brought it up.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how they edit, because they edit and chop this reality show shit
Exactly.
a lot. But based on the thing, she asked him what was the favorite position. Now he went into detail. But see, the trick is, and the difference between this situation and the average guy is that he's not afraid to get into detail and really answer the fucking question. Most guys would be on some fucking shy, timid shit like, oh well, I kind of like missionary and and I don't want to stare into your eyes. But this nigga's talking about where her legs is going.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the epitome of sexual confidence. God,
Right.
that's the epitome, because number one, he's confident that he can deliver the goods. That's one. Two, he's very comfortable talking about sex.
Exactly.
The reason why go ahead.
I'm sorry, real quick. I just want to add that if you listen, the way he talks about, he said, yeah, when your legs like this, but then he said that's just phase one. And then he started to get into more detail. And that's really a good point too. Go ahead.
And this is the thing. Now, he's not saying, I want to fuck you. Let's have sex. All he's doing is describing what he would do to her if they was fucking. That's all he's doing.
Exactly.
And now she's imagining and she's envisioning, oh my God, I can just picture him just every inch just going in like he's saying. So now it's working in her mind is running. A lot of you guys, because you're so scared and you're so safe with your vernacular and your conversation, all women can imagine is walking away.
Exactly. And I want to also say he didn't say anything vulgar.
Thank you.
You understand? He didn't use any curse words. He wasn't disrespectful. The closest thing he said that was like that you can probably call vulgar is when he says, I have your legs like this and I'm just drilling you straight like that. But he didn't actually. So this is why we tell you guys there's a lot of different ways to talk about like fucking, but everybody be like, so what do you guys expect us to do? Just walk up to the girl and say, hey, I want to fuck? Like, no, there's a million fucking ways to convey this message.
Exactly.
You understand? But the whole point is to have the confidence to explain in detail what you really want to do.
I'm gonna put a little more content on it too. She's a porno star.
She is.
She's a porno star.
Okay.
One of her things was, she had a gangbang of 101 people.
Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah. Her little thing was, the girl next door sort of type vibe.
Mm.
Now, what makes it, and the only reason I say that is because he knows that same information.
Mm.
But he is still talking confident, no matter her industry or what she does, because of the belief in himself,
right?
And the confidence he has in himself. Which it ain't really about her. It's more about him saying, this is who I am. This is my phases and things like that. Now, when she goes, oh, yeah, when you do that, well, yeah, he knows that she knows. Like, I know you know. But guess what? You're still feeling me because of who I am.
Yeah, this is an important part. Let me say this. And I want guys to understand. And he's saying 1,000. It doesn't matter how many guys she slept with. That's irrelevant. Like that's miscellaneous information that doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? What matters is, regardless of her sexual history, she is sexually attracted to him. Period. That's all that matters. All it is, how many guys she slept with and all that, that's irrelevant. Now, let me say this, because I want guys to understand, whether a woman is a prostitute, in porn, a stripper, a call girl, or an escort, there's always men that she will fuck for free when she is sexually attracted to them. A lot of you guys, y'all think because women are getting money for sexual acts or dealing with men, that's all they do is do that. No. Regardless of what women do when it comes to them getting money, they still want real connections with men, even if it's just sexual. Which I got.
And I'll say this to the body count thing. He's explain, he's like going into detail about what he wants to do to her despite the body count.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because like you were saying, J. Roman, he's confident in what he can deliver despite or regardless of how many other dudes she's been with. And again, a lot of guys don't like to admit it, but that's the reason why they scared of body count, or that's the reason why they think about body count, because they're thinking about all the pieces that are bigger than theirs, or
exactly
guys with better repertoire. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so
exactly.
they feel a little bit worried, like, oh my God, she might have had much better than me. How could I ever satisfy her? You get what I'm saying? But see, I tell cats, like, you should always think of it this way. All vaginas are tight. You understand? All vaginas are tight. Like I've never experienced a spacious vagina. You understand? I don't know.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just my luck or what. But
I've always been bear hugged. I've been bear hugged all my life. You know what I'm saying? So
one thing I know about the women that I mess with, are sexually attracted to me. And one thing I do, and going further, one thing I know about when a woman is sexually attracted to a man, whatever you put inside her, those walls will hug. So I don't know anything about spacious pussy. Like, I've never experienced it in my life. So that's why for me, body count don't fucking matter, because I'm only dealing with a woman who's sexually interested. And once she's sexually interested, it's gonna be wet and the walls are gonna hug. So it could never feel loose. Like, I don't know where y'all niggas be at fucking these loose chick, or maybe usually it's in your mind. Usually it's in your mind. You understand? Thinking, oh, you been ran through. That pussy like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Like what are you talking about, nigga?
And you know what's dumb? Let me just say this about that. I want guys to think about something. This is how you know guys have never been in long-term relationships. Okay, if a woman, if her vaginal walls was going to take the shape of a man's penis, it would have to be a guy that's fucking her for years, not a guy that fucked her once or twice. So a woman can have sex with 50, 100 guys. If she has sex with them once or twice, that's not really going to do anything to her vagina, dumbass niggas, right? But I get so a woman. So I'll put it this way: a woman can have sex with 100 men once or twice. That's like 100 to 200 times that she's been fucking. A woman can be in a relationship with a guy for 10 years and he's been fucking her thousands of times. Whose pussy you think is going to be worked open more? Like, come on, man. Like. Guys, but what it is,
they got 4 kids. He been smashing 1,000 times.
Come on, bro.
And
what it is,
for vaginal births.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
And what it is sometimes you just ain't working with what she used to. Don't get mad at her. don't get mad at her because your shit don't fit right. That's really on you. That's not really on her, because women got that snapback, bro. Real quick, bro. I've had sex with chicks where we did like a round, and then we was doing a round 2, like 15 minutes later. And I'm like, damn, girl, we just stopped. This motherfucker, like this, like Fort Knox. You know what I'm saying? Snap back. You know what I'm saying? So come on now. But we got a question though.
Yeah, they got stuff that their internal organs swell up. They're very excited.
And they get engorged with blood.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
All right. So Toddy Kid says, I've been sleeping with this chick for 8 months. She has been consistent, but last week she pulled a last minute flake. I haven't responded, but wondered if she deserved a checking. 8 months.
Go ahead, Miles. I'll go last. I'll go after y'all.
I mean, I'd like to find out more details. Toddy Kid, but 8 months and she pulled the last minute flake. Well, for something like that, I would probably it depends on how it went down and what actually happened. But I would probably just on an absolute, not knowing any details. It sounds like she needs to be she not checked, but all you need to do is if you used to see her once a week, now we need to reduce that to once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. Like you need to she needs to get less of my time since she's bringing in this whole flake shit. She needs to get less of my time.
Yeah, but also the scenario. I mean, did she no call, no show? Did she call an hour or text an hour before and said I can't make it? The details kind of matter a little bit.
Right? Did she call did she call a couple of days before? But he said a last minute flake. Did she apologize? Yeah. Did she sound contrite? Did she try to reschedule? Did she tell you an immediate day that's open? Did she say she would try to make herself available tomorrow?
Bro, call it. We need more details. Yeah, we need more details and this is why we need more details. And I want y'all to think about this. When y'all ask y'all questions or call in and ask questions, the answer isn't just for you. The answer is for other guys because we don't want guys to hear this and they just go with what we say without any context as to what's really going on. So you're in a chat, bro. You can respond in a chat to the question that we're asking or just call in, fam.
And just call in because
one other thing I need to know too, Toddy Kid, I got you, J. Roman, is what were your standards in the situation? What did you set up exactly? But go ahead, Jay.
No, that's kind of where I was headed because questions like this, sometimes I feel like guys hear so much information that they're just so ready to check a woman so they can prove who they are.
Right.
And it's like, yo, are you a leader in this relationship or what?
Right, exactly.
If this is the first time in 8 months, did you ask her what was going on? Like, hey, you're pretty more consistent than this.
Exactly.
This right here is not what we usually do. This is not what we do. And so what's going on?
And the other question is, Jay, to go with that is, what is she to you for the last 8 months?
Yeah. Exactly.
Is she a fuck buddy, or is she somebody that you got going through the vetting process because you see potential for actual relationship? Like, what are the dynamics? We need a little bit more, buddy. We need a little bit more, Toddy Kid.
And I think you guys take that word out of it a lot. Not you two. I'm just saying for guys as leadership when you have interactions.
Exactly.
You're a leader of these interactions. And just like anybody, the leader's responsibility, depending on who they are and what point you have them to, is to help them grow and move in the direction you want to move into. Exactly. So the thing is that, hopefully this is him. So,
all right, so we got 502. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zad. We got J. Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Oh, it's Phoenix, Louisville, Kentucky, 42. What's going on, gentlemen?
Phoenix, what's going on with you, bro? What's going on, bro?
What up?
Not much. Hey, I wanted to ask y'all real quick because and on the topic and the question y'all was just answering when the guy talked about flaking. Could you all maybe give more detail to exactly what is a flake? Because it seems like you said, obviously without further context, that if the woman seems to be, say, considerate about it, is it really a flake?
Okay, so number one, a flake is not subjective. A flake is a flake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If a woman makes plans to see you and she cancels, she's flaking. The question comes. This is where the question comes. Close the door. The question comes when she's flaking. Is she saying, "Hey, I can't make it. Something came up, but I'm free on this day," or is she just, "I can't make it," and she leaves it there? To me, that's where the problem comes in at. But y'all got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about her attitude towards it. But again, it still starts with the man. It still starts with the man, because sometimes it could be the situation where, we if you usually see her every 2 weeks, right?
Uh-huh.
but you don't really like for example, there are times when just through your own consistency, you can get comfortable with your own consistency as a man.
Facts. That's true.
And that is there are times when that can be a mistake because let's just say she's a fuck buddy, but she's been consistent and you see her every 2 weeks, right? Like clockwork, right? But there's something that you usually do that you don't do. But just because you got comfortable. So let's just say that you see her every Thursday and on Wednesday, you always text her, daddy's looking forward to coming over and dropping off some good dick, right? You usually text her some shit to kind of tease the situation to get her ready or something. But let's just say this Wednesday you didn't send that text, right? And then you hit her up. You hit her up like so it's Thursday and the time is coming for you to see her. And then maybe she's like, "Oh, I didn't know," or something came up, or I made other plans. And you looking at your phone like, "What the fuck?" But if you go back through your texts, you see that usually every Wednesday around 8-9 o'clock, you used to always send us something to spice the situation, to sprinkle a little bit of seasoning on it. And this week you didn't do that. So, and then now you looking at it like, yo, what the fuck is up with this bitch? Why she trying to, she fucking up the consistency and blah, blah, blah. But the question is, did you do what you were supposed to do based on the consistencies that you set in place? You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot.
Oh, shit. Miles.
Did the caller go too?
Shit. Miles.
The caller went too, huh?
My bad. No, I was trying to remove the video. That's Miles. If you listening, it's my fault because he had the video from the joint. I was trying to remove that, and it kicked everything out. So that's on me. That's not Miles' internet.
Why are you working that out?
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna just.
My bad, Miles. My bad.
Oh, you kicked me out?
No, I was trying to remove the video. Well, I did. I was trying to remove the video. But when I removed the video, it removed everything.
Okay, all right, no problem. But yeah, I was just saying that it sometimes it's based on your consistency / inconsistency that can affect the woman's choice, and then she could.
I got a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
I used to have somebody that come through on a normal regular schedule, and we spent about 15 minutes kind of chatting it up, laughing and talking, and then going back to the room, and that was it. After that, leave. Well, it got to the point where I wasn't chatting anymore. Forget the 15 minutes. Just the only light was on was the hallway light. Coming to the room. And so that happened a couple times, and then next thing you know, it's like, I don't know, and I was just like, oh, okay, all right, cool. No big thing. You used to be back in the day, like, all right, I got another appointment anyway. So we talked, and she was just like, we just go straight back to the room, and just like the 15 minutes of laughing and talking was what was that added thing on top that she enjoyed.
She loved that.
It was part of that enjoyment,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a long time we were sitting and talking. It wasn't a long time, but it is what I started. Right? That's how it started, and I got off of it, and it affected the way she felt for this interaction. Now, she might have been at my house every time she came through, maybe 45 to an hour. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. But that was 15 minutes was the difference in her head that made this whole experience a little more, pleasurable for her.
Jay Roman, I want to point out something because oftentimes I say that women are not complicated, but there are complexities when it comes to attraction and how they deal with shit emotionally, right? So what I mean by that is this, and this is where guys have to understand their power, and you have to understand how the woman views you, because how she views you has a lot to do with how she responds to things that you think are insignificant, right?
Yeah.
So what I mean by that, those 15, this is what guys got to understand, and I say this about women all the time. A woman can meet you, she can be sexually attracted to you, when she starts dealing with you, there's other things about you that she begins to become attracted to. So a woman can be attracted to you for like 5 or 10 different reasons, right? It's not just sex. It's, now it could be, but there's other times. Case in point, the 15 minutes that you took to talk to her it made her feel valued. It made her feel like she mattered.
Yep.
Even that little brief amount of time, but also that non-sexual connection or non-sexual affection or intimacy. Guys, every woman wants that, period, regardless of what they say. And I've said this, in many cases, non-sexual intimacy is more important or just as important as sex, right, for women. This is why a woman can deal with you and not fuck you, but she's getting overdoses of non-sexual intimacy and affection, and that alone is good enough for her. She don't even need your dick. That's how important that is.
It was a domino effect too, because she mentioned over and over again, you don't pick me up and carry me to the room like you used to.
You see?
Jay, see, no, stop. No, hold on. Jay Roman, you see how Jay Roman, this was the early days when you were still on what street you was on at this point?
Yeah. I was doing my thing.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something, guys, and so many of us are guilty of this shit. So many of us. You gotta be so careful what you introduce to females, brothers. Because again, this is one of those things where you don't realize how powerful and valuable you are. Because you think just sitting there and talking to her don't mean shit. It's like whatever. Like, yeah, we're just sitting talking. Yo, do you know how she feels being in the
world?
Of man, hearing the baritone? The vibrations of your voice is soothing her soul. Sometimes she's had a rough week and not been able to vent or tell anybody about what she's going through or dealing with, or to laugh or to think or to even bounce ideas off. And she hears a man that seems as if he's care. It seems as to her, you seem as if you care about her. And then after that, you're gonna give me dick? Oh my God. But then when you take that part away, it's bad for her now, because it's like, wait, I thought you kind of cared though. I mean, yeah, I still want the dick, but I thought you cared though. So let me tell you something with a woman. You can only give a woman more. You can never give her less. No matter what you think as a man.
Yeah.
Facts. That's facts. You cannot take away. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so I was asking, so if you're not prepared, say long term in the future, to give her more, don't ever give her no more.
If you're not prepared to be consistent. Okay, guys. Okay, listen. This is the problem with the average guy. What the average guy introduces to women is not even part of his identity. He's introducing to the woman what he thinks she wants. And I'm gonna tell you, as a man, you can never consistently give somebody what they want if it's not in alignment with what you normally give.
Exactly.
Right? So this is what I mean by that. Like, I'm a flower buying Negro, right? But I got to be in a relationship though, right? I got to be, because I like flowers, so I'll buy shit. I like the colors, right? So if I'm in a relationship, me and a woman, I'm buying flowers. Now, because I like buying flowers, I'm inconsistent about how frequently I buy them, right? So I might buy flowers for 3 weeks straight.
Hold on, caller 447. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
I might buy flowers once or twice a month, but the thing is, because it's part of who I am, I'm always gonna do it.
Exactly.
Always. So it's never a question of, you don't buy me flowers anymore. Yes, I do. I might not do it 4 times a month, but 2 or 3 times, always. But it's because I like it. So if you're gonna introduce anything to women, introduce your shit.
Exactly. That's why your masculine identity is so important, guys. You got to do things that are congruent, that actually make sense to your masculine identity. Because once you was faking the funk just to try to get he hung up anyway. But once you fake the funk, okay, here it is. Once you fake the funk and then you take it away, there's gonna be problems in the relationship. And Phoenix, if you're listening, man, I'm my bad. I kicked you off the phone joint by mistake. But 447, you are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Let me just say this one point real quick.
Okay, hold on, caller. Go ahead, Jay.
Because I went down a tangent. Some of the stuff that you were saying, Miles, that was so true, and I gave an example of that. But my initial thought is, when somebody faked on me initially. To me, right there, that was a sign that I usually check myself to see what I was doing. And I didn't check myself to see what I was doing to try to get that person back. or to try to make things different with her. I checked myself to see what I was doing for me, as to me to be consistent
in the game,
or me to be the person that I want to be.
Exactly.
Because to me, when you fake, is that you're putting something more important in the moment that we have already arranged.
Exactly.
Now, if you're like, oh, my, somebody's in the hospital or something like that, then okay, something like that. But a lot of times is that, hold on, there's a crack in whatever I'm doing that says I'm a type of person you can fake on.
Right.
And when that happens, then I got to start checking some stuff. But it ain't about checking that person per se.
Right. Exactly. It's about checking yourself always. All right. 447. You're on live with the Manhood. Manhood is a skill set show. Name, age, city. Well, how can we help you?
Hi, my name is Michael, also known as Toddy Kid.
Toddy Kid. Toddy Kid. Hey, appreciate you, man. So give us the details on the flake.
So so an hour before, she's texted saying that she's got a headache and she can't come. We're supposed to meet up and smash, basically. And it's just unlike her, so I was just like thinking, well, I didn't respond, but I was just thinking, should I?
This is my opinion. I think you not responding was emotional. Because you've been dealing with her for 8 months, you could be like, all right. So do y'all have a regular schedule where you see each other on a specific day?
Yeah, we see each other once a week.
Then all you needed to do was text her. Get better, see you next Wednesday. Now, she could have had a headache, or she could have just wanted some new dick. It doesn't matter why she flaked. It's irrelevant. The fact that did she call you or text you?
She texted.
Okay, cool.
She real quick, Kay. She's a fuck buddy, not your girlfriend, and you're not vetting her for a relationship.
Yeah, fuck buddy. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Cool. Nothing to be mad about. There's nothing to be mad, because she called you an hour before. And see, I want you to separate.
Well, she texted.
Texted. My bad. I want you, because I know what it is. I want you to separate the disappointment from not being able to fuck her, because you were excited, you couldn't wait. So there's a disappointment of, damn, bitch, I was thinking about what I was gonna do to that ass, and I got to jack off and shit, right? So I know there's a disappointment. Now, if you have more than one chick, then it ain't no thing. You could just call up another broad, but that's why you need a roster of chicks. But anyway, guys, let me just say this. Dealing with one woman, you don't want one woman controlling your sex life, guys. You don't want that, right? Nice. So, but let me just say this. She did what she was supposed to do. To me, she was respectful about it. She let you know in advance. So there's no issue with that. Y'all got it.
How far in advance, though?
Yeah, how far in advance? I don't know. Hold on. Yeah.
An hour.
So basically an hour before she was supposed to come around, she texted saying she had a headache.
No.
That's why I'm
it's a little too close. It's a little too close.
No. Okay. She said it was a headache.
Yeah.
She got a headache, huh?
She wanted some new dick. That's okay.
Toddy, I want you to understand, Toddy Kid, I want you to understand that all relationships have an expiration date, but especially fuck buddy relationships.
Yep.
See, in my head, I'd automatically said to myself, another one bites the dust. and that's it. Like I'm gonna text, all right, cool, get better, see you next Wednesday or whatever. But in my head, with the headache and all this stuff, because everybody knows sex cures headaches, right? Like everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say to myself in this one that, hey, like Miles is saying, I hope this ain't your only buddy, because I'm gonna start putting her in the priority list, as the flake. Right,
yeah,
you're not going to be the one that I'm going to say, hey, no, I got plans for and all this other stuff. Like, no, you're just going to start being in that rotation because you're showing me, and that's the thing. Sometimes they show you stuff, and we want to, oh, it's okay. Everybody gets a headache every now and then. I've had girls come over with a headache, migraines, and still want to be like, hey, I didn't want to disappoint the fact that this is our time.
Right.
So my thing is that if you guys have been doing this for a while now,
she's come over with it. You heard him, guys. He said she's come over with a headache before.
Right. So
exactly.
My thing is,
she wanted some new dick. That's okay.
It is what it is, and you don't have to. Because I don't like when you guys sound like you don't have fun in your interactions.
Exactly.
Like it's too binary and I did this and this. Like, hey, we have fun. We have fun.
Shout out to Mr. Justin in the chat. He says you're putting too much value on a whole.
I mean, pretty much. So caller. So yeah, bro. It's now. I'm 99. I'll say 95. I'm 95% sure that she was getting some new dick. But be prepared that if that guy was fucking the shit out of her, that maybe your Wednesdays might be compromised going forward. You'll know next week. But don't sweat it though. Now, do you have any other women? Do you have any other women you're dealing with though?
Yeah, I have 2 more, but she was my favorite. I'll be honest.
Okay.
That's what it is. You're
sometimes it be like that though.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
sometimes it be like that.
It's all right, but then but again, Toddy kid, you just gotta remember that's your fuck buddy. So no strings means no strings, right? If you want to, you could just be like, hey, no worries. I'll see. I'll text you. I'll text you again for next week, or I'll check in with you to see if you're good for next week, something like that. But don't do anything extra. Don't ask her no questions. Don't get emotional. And the fact and the fact that you didn't text her back, that might be a little knock against you a little bit. I mean, do you usually text her back if she texts you?
Yeah, but I only text her when we're organizing things.
When you're organizing things, okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, when do you usually text her to set up the next time?
So it usually be the Friday.
Okay, so wait till Friday. Wait,
the work week.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the actual schedule is because it is Saturday now.
Let me ask him a question.
I would just say do what you usually do to and follow the protocol of setting up the next time instead of.
So
I'm sorry.
Ask him a question.
I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. Instead of like breaking up the consistency, like I wouldn't even really act like her quote unquote flake was an issue. Just like get right back to doing what you usually do and see what happens from there. But go ahead, Kate.
There you go. Don't even mention it. Let me ask you this though, because you said the Friday before the Wednesday is when you would set it up.
Yeah.
So this Friday, did you set it up for this coming Wednesday or next week Wednesday?
No, I haven't responded. No, I haven't said anything.
How come? So. Why? You see how you're becoming inconsistent because of her. See, think about what you just said. Every Friday you would set it up. This Friday came and went, and you didn't reach out to her. Let me tell you what's probably going to happen. Okay, because women are extremely temperamental, and they read into shit all the time. So the fact that you didn't respond on Wednesday, she is like, "Is he tripping?"
Yeah.
So she might kind of blow it off. But then when Friday came and went, and you still didn't reach out. Now she might be like, you know what? I'm not gonna fuck with him no more because I don't want the feeling of being rejected. You might have fucked up. Y'all got it.
Right.
All I want to say at this moment, right? Because you don't be pressured into doing something you don't normally do. I've seen it where they come back and they met somebody, and that person is looking for a relationship.
Yeah,
we were fuck buddies, but all of a sudden it was an arrangement y'all made, but it's something that you wanted, and she might have wanted more, but you didn't seem open to it. Right. And now they start giving you all this little jazz, and you're like, well, I look at you more than just a buddy, and that's being pressured into doing stuff more. Right. Don't call her to go out because now you're being pressured to do stuff more if you feel like that's what you want.
Yep,
so if you know who you are, what you want out of this arrangement, just stick to it. And hey, they come and they go. Like my thing is, I don't know about anybody else, but I've never felt lonely in my life because I know they come and they go. So like that's just the way it is. So you got another one. She was your favorite. I understand that. I understand that. All ain't the same. All vaginas ain't the same. But at the same time, don't move outside of yourself.
All right, Toddy, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call. Thanks for calling in to share the details and stuff. But
noise.
All right, appreciate you, brother. But next time if you get, fill us in next week if you got any updates. All right.
And
Yeah,
call her. Don't text. Call her and set it up. Don't even text. Call her and set it up.
Cool.
For next Wednesday.
Right, and another thing too,
Cool.
do you hit her up the day before to reconfirm? Because I don't trust nothing. I always reconfirm. Oh, you do in the morning? Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, and she confirmed in the morning. She said she was coming, and then
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's how you know. That's how you know it wasn't a headache. It was something else.
Yeah, it was something else.
The girls could have been going out that night.
But those are that's what you deal with when you have a fuck buddy. You got to give them their freedom to do what they need to do.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about, right?
Exactly.
So take it easy, brother. Take it easy. Appreciate you, bro. All right. Yeah, that's the Hey, Kay, what did you ever do that program called Fuck Buddy Etiquette?
Program? What program?
I remember a while back you used to always be like, yo, y'all niggas don't know what it really means.
I think he had a video.
I do. I have a video that I did on my old channel. I found it. That was on my old channel that got deleted, and I put it on Patreon. But it's called Fuck Buddy Etiquette.
Fuck Buddy Etiquette. Yeah. Guys, go make sure y'all go to K-Zag's Patreon. What's your Patreon thing?
And damn, she had it in here too.
Okay. Well, guys, make sure you go to K-Zag and Patreon and look at that, because a lot of us don't really realize what it means to have a fuck buddy. You understand? And we be getting mad, getting in our feelings.
Yeah, and here's the thing about etiquette. You can't, bro. You can never get mad at the woman, bro.
Never.
There's no reason to.
Facts.
Right? Because you're supposed to be emotionally If you're emotionally unavailable, why are you emotional?
Exactly. So shout out to Frankie Shy. Yes, the real game theory tomorrow, 12 noon. Make sure y'all come through. And then thank you, Renee, for putting it in. Appreciate you. For patreon.com/KZagging20. Make sure y'all go over there and check that out, man. Because fuck buddy etiquette is real. It's really, really, really real. Sometimes just because you dicking a chick down good, you think you got claims on the pussy. You really don't. So so you gotta keep it real with yourself. But guys, Real Game No Theory tomorrow. Go to Cunningham Elements to get your cologne. Go to Cunningham Elements to get your soap. And pre-order your shea butter for the winter. And then shout out to K-Zag for having us, man, and for being understanding for the to do an hour show instead, because we got things to do, man. We got things to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
on that note, J. Roman, you want to close up shop?
Yeah, on the wrap up, hey, be consistent. Don't change. Even in fuck buddy etiquette, you can't change up. Whatever you start, that's what you got to be. And what else did we learn? Folks? Somebody put it on the chat. Start having this.
We out.
This wrap up.
And before you check the chick, check yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey, peace.